There's 10 things I'm going to help share with you that can make your fridge a healthier fridge. Okay, the first thing, this is kind of a no-brainer, but you want to keep it clean. A lot of times we'll just do a little superficial wipe it down with a paper towel sort of thing, but you should occasionally take out all the shelves and all the food and clean it really good. Besides the cleanliness factor, one reason you want to do this is it gives you a chance to look at all the food in there. Sometimes you'll find stuff in there that's way old. I once found some soy sauce from the Carter administration, so you want to avoid letting stuff just sit in there forever. That's a good chance to go through it when you clean it. Okay, number two, you want to avoid packing food in too tightly into your fridge. In order for a refrigerator to work properly, it needs air to circulate around the food to cool it. So make sure you don't just cram stuff in there and put more food in than it should be, or it's not going to work as good. Number three has to do with meat. When you put meat in the fridge, use your lower compartments. It's usually cooler there, plus your meat is less likely to make a mess. I'm embarrassed to say how many times I've bought chicken or hamburger and put it up on a top shelf, and a couple days later I come back and I can see meat juice dripping down all the shelves on all the other food. Not only is that sticky and gross, it's unsafe. So you want to be careful of that. Just keep the meat down in the lower portion. Okay, tip number four, you want to use clear containers. I've used in the past some of those colored Tupperware type things when you don't know what's in there, and that is like playing Russian roulette. When you see one of those in the back of the fridge and you don't know how long it's been there or what's in it, and you're slowly popping the lid on that, that's a scary deal. So I'm sure we've all encountered one of those experiences where we're dry heaving at some nasty moldy food that's been there forever. So using clear plastic glass containers is going to be a lot easier. That's one way to avoid that sort of thing. Anytime you see a bowl with a thing of tin foil on the top of it and it's been in the back of your fridge for a while, you know that's always going to be bad news. So use clear containers. All right, tip number five, you want to keep smelly stuff in airtight containers. So many times my kids will make tuna fish sandwiches and they'll just take the extra in a bowl and just push it in the fridge, no lid on it, and by the next day everything smells like fish. So if you have things like fish or onions and garlic, you want to use an airtight container to keep that smell from spreading throughout all the food. Okay, tip number six, we want to use a tip from the marketer, something they do. We want to keep the healthy stuff eye level in your fridge. When you go to the grocery store, the things that are eye level, that's typically stuff people pay a premium for. That's like the sweet spot. So if you were to buy like cold cereal, you'll see like Lucky Charms there, but then you've got all the cheap knockoff stuff like the Marshmallow Mateys and stuff. They're on the bottom ground right next to the floor. So use that same idea that the things we want to promote for you to eat that are healthier, that are better for you, that you're trying to eat more of, keep those eye level and keep them available when you open the fridge. Okay, number seven is to prep food in advance and in bulk and freeze it and eat leftovers. It's never fun to have to make a meal every time you want to eat, to have to start from scratch and do everything. So I like cooking in bulk. One of my favorite things to do is to take a crock pot, put some chicken breasts in that, and just slow cook it with like teriyaki or barbecue sauce. And then later I've got chicken breasts, I can cube them or shred them, I can add it to salad. I can eat some with bake a sweet potato and have it with chicken breast. All I have to do is warm them up. It's super easy. So I'm a big fan of preparing things in advance, and just reheating them and warming them later is going to be a lot easier than having to do a healthy meal every time you want to eat something. Okay, number eight is eat more produce. However, with produce you want to be careful. My dad loves produce, and he would always buy so much produce when he'd go to the store, and then every weekend we're just throwing about 70% of it out because it's rotten. So when you buy the produce, you want to make sure not just smash it into the container in the fridge, but you want to put it in the crisper. It helps if you wash it and prepare it and cut it up, peel it, get it all ready, and put it in plastic bags and containers. It's going to be so much more enjoyable to go to the fridge and just eat something ready instead of having to start from scratch and do work every time you want to have a snack. So make your produce convenient, prep it beforehand so it's a lot easier to snack on throughout the week. Okay, number nine is related to that. That is salads. A lot of us try to eat more salads, more vegetables to be healthy, and salad's a great way to do it. But if you go to your fridge and open it up and you just see a head of iceberg lettuce there, that's not very appetizing. That's not going to win many people over. Compare that to when you go to a restaurant, you're at a salad bar, and they've got all kinds of lettuces, they've got all kinds of vegetables on there, toppings. Makes a huge difference. So use some of those small containers, some Ziploc bags, put those other things like peas, sprouts, sunflower seeds, mandarin oranges, all kinds of stuff you can spice up a salad with. That'll make a big difference. Okay, number 10 is frozen vegetables. Obviously, it's probably healthier to eat out of your own garden or from a market when you buy those things. But when it comes between eating vegetables or not, I would definitely recommend eating them. And for a lot of people, that's going to be frozen. So you can buy some smaller packages of frozen vegetables. It takes 5 or 10 minutes. You can steam them and have them ready, and then you've always got a healthy side with your main dish there, but that'll help you eat more vegetables, and it's an easy way to prepare them. So I'm a big fan of frozen vegetables. Okay, so there's 10 quick tips you can do to make your fridge healthier for you. You want to make sure that you've got a good relationship with your fridge. It's your ally, it's your friend, it's not your enemy. So let's make some of those changes, and that'll help you eat healthier. If you can think of some of the things that have helped you with your fridge to eat healthier, feel free to leave some comments in the comment section. I'd love to see those.